Alright guys, it is Tuesday and I'm about to check my comments on the video and see what y'all want me to do this week. So here we go. Here's my video. And cats. Cat videos. More cats. Oh, do not disturb. Today is, I don't even know anymore. I think it's Friday. So, I'm tired. I don't remember what I was saying. Like, it's 6 in the evening and I have a cup of coffee. Somebody in the comments suggested that I review my favorite episode of The Office, which is Stress Relief, both parts 1 and 2. And I firmly believe that that should be everybody's favorite episode of The Office. But I have a confession. Most people that I know will list Phyllis's Wedding, Scott's Tots, or Dinner Party as their least favorite, and I love Dinner Party. That's not the worst part. I also love Scott's Tots. My least favorite episode of the entire series, I hate it more than anything, is actually Andy's play. I was a theater kid growing up. I'm still a little bit of a theater kid at heart, and I genuinely love Sweeney Todd. Watching everything that goes wrong is just horrifying down to my bones. So instead of reviewing my favorite episode of The Office, which should be everybody's favorite episode of The Office, I'm gonna review my least favorite. Here we go. Season 7, Episode 3. Andy's play. Yikes. Why does he have to bring his theater troupe into the office to do this? What actual office does this? Dwight pulls out a knife. Okay, I like that. It's a community theater production. He says they open in a couple of weeks, and yet he has the whole company there, full costume and makeup. Speaking from experience, we typically didn't have full costume and makeup until the week before the show. I hate this. I hate this so much. We're only a minute in. I hate that Michael's so excited about this. I hate the Aaron and Gabe relationship a lot. Just, it doesn't make any kind of sense at all. I love Dwight in this episode. Like, Dwight's the best part in this episode so far. A cat sat in my lap, or a man dressed as a cat sat in my lap, which he either went to see a production of Cats, which I fully believe that he would walk out of, or Seussical, which I also fully believe he would walk out of after the first number. Oh, I love Dwight. I forgot about the Dwight and Angela baby contract. Super weird. I don't like any of it. I like Andy some of the time. This episode is not one of those times. I don't fully understand why he needs everybody in the office to go. He already brought the show to them. Michael shows up with balloons, which does lead to one of the funnier moments in this episode later. Still a very strange thing to bring to the theater. Aaron was the only person that Andy wanted to come see his show, and she bailed to babysit. I love Erin. Hate everything about her in this episode. I love Daryl. Okay. That's my favorite part of the entire episode. I would love to sit in a theater and watch a show with Daryl Philbin. Also, the character that Andy's supposed to be playing is like very young, like late teens, early 20s. Andy's, he cannot pass as that age range. Mrs. Lovett looks younger than him. She looks like a teenager. Why did Ryan bring his iPad and leave the brightness all the way up? I love that Michael just straight up steals a bottle of wine. So far, The only thing I hate about this episode is Aaron and Andy. I'm not looking forward to that one part. It is a little disconcerting to see people like passing around a bottle of wine and drinking straight from it in the age of COVID-19. It takes a lot for me to remind myself that things happened before a pandemic. Andy's practically standing on the stage checking his emails while he's backstage. Like, in every theater production that I have been in, there is like a strict no phones backstage policy and a zero talking backstage. I don't understand why they would let the documentary crew backstage. 1. 2, phones in the dressing room. Always. 3, Andy, get your butt off the stage. It's like past the curtain. Just, oof. I don't like this. I don't like this. Andy's phone is ringing in his pocket on stage. I am physically uncomfortable. Honestly, this is my least favorite scene in the entire series. It hurts. It hurts. Any professional actor would be immediately fired for this. Why would he pull it out of his pocket a second time? It didn't even ring. Andy, just stop. I hate it. I hate him. Andy, stop. I am so glad that the wine bottle is there because that cuts the tension and just the physical discomfort that I feel from Andy's performance. The balloons! I hate everything about this. I hate everything about I am so uncomfortable. Erin straight up left the house with Cece and brought her to a theater production. She starts crying in the back of the theater. Erin doesn't immediately leave. Andy has broken character like 7 times in 2 minutes. I am in pain. I really think Dwight is my favorite in the entire series. I mean, definitely in this episode, he's just the one-liners. Oh my god. All that singing got in the way of some perfectly good murders. Oh god, we have 7 minutes left. I have a hard time believing that a plumber would like recognize one of his clients and start a conversation with them in public. Unless they had seen each other like the day before. I have a very hard time believing that. I do love Daryl booing Michael. Fantastic. The Dwight and Angela baby contract thing, I still hate it. I hate every second of it. Okay, sometimes Erin is actually kind of clever. See you, Soup. I don't fully hate her in this moment. Again, I have a hard time believing that every single person in the office showed up to Andy's play after they all said no, like, that day. Still don't like that. Also that they would hang around the cast party long enough so that everybody would leave and all come around to comfort Andy after he did a terrible job. It's his own fault. Michael is very sweet. He is very good at knowing what to say to cheer somebody up. He's good at showing up when people ask him to. I don't think he gets enough credit for that. He's an idiot, but he shows up. Nope. Nobody would do this. Nobody would ask him for another performance after he ruined the entire show. Nobody would do that. Dwight singing along.
The criminal justice system.
I forgot that they show Michael's audition from the play. Takeaways from that. I still hate it. I still hate it. Nothing brings me more physical discomfort than Andy's phone ringing on stage, and I absolutely hate it so much. But there are some just little pieces of gold in this episode too, like the balloons, like the wine bottle just rolling, and Michael's audition at the end. On the whole, this episode is a big yikes. I might skip it less when I rewatch The Office now, but still don't love it. Alright, I'm gonna watch Michael's audition, and then I'm gonna be done with this. And I will not watch it again for at least a month. Bye.
The people are represented to prosecute the offenders.